What's up, people? We're here to rank. I'm here. Sorry. I am here to rank the Alien movies. We got six total films. I'm not including AVP. And then tomorrow I'm doing Predator, the Predator franchise, which has four. So overall, I like this franchise. I think there's not some good ones, but I do think it's largely like if you only count Prometheus, Alien, Aliens, maybe Alien 3 to some people. I know I get why some people don't like it, and I'll get to it. But, so I guess we'll start with the bottom one, which would be the sixth one, which would be Alien Resurrection. I think this one could have been great. I think what they did to the Queen still really pisses me off. She just gets fucking her face pulled off. Like, really? Like that? Thankfully, AVP kind of brought her back because that was just such a the weird offspring thing. That was weird. It was weird. It didn't look good. There was no reason for it. Um, like I said, Sigourney Weaver was almost carrying that movie. She was like when because I think Winona Ryder, while I love her as an actress, I don't think she really did much in it. And the whole thing that she was an android. Sorry if you're hearing it's a fucking plane. Sorry. But like the whole thing where she's an android was weak. It wasn't needed. It felt like because the other alien films had an android in it, so let's throw in an android. It was stupid. But I think overall, there's good things in there, like the scene where the Xenos are chasing them in the water, really good scene, and some like kills were decent. It's just not a, but I do put it on the bottom tier. It's not Last Jedi where it like destroys or Dark Fate where it destroys a franchise. It's not that. It's just not good. Especially compare it to other films that came out in 1997. Lost World, just Lost World alone. You compare it to that, it's not even close. So now I guess five. We're on this will be five. Would be Alien Covenant. Alien Covenant. I wanted to love it. I remember liking it way more than I did when I first watched it, but rewatching it, it just doesn't. The weird scenes with Walter and David were just that harmonica scene or whatever the thing they were playing was fucking weird. Just I think the characters were much more weaker compared to Prometheus, which had amazing characters. Whatever problems you have, even if you connect Prometheus to Alien, and I'll get to where I rank it in a second. I think Prometheus just had good characters. Like even if it's weak as an Alien film, it still had solid characters. This movie had weak characters minus honestly fucking fuck. I said his name in the video. Now I don't even remember. Uh, the guy who played Tennessee, and I'm gonna look it up right now, really quick. Um, but I'm just gonna omit his name. I can't. I'm trying to look it up, but I don't want to do this in a video. Okay, Danny McBride. I don't know why I forgot his name for a second. Danny McBride was like the only decent character. Everyone else was weak. I think the reason though I put it at five is there's some it is better than Resurrection. There's good things. I think the backbreaker scene with the Necro Neomorph was good. I think that was a dope scene. The Xenomorph scene, and it's also dope because they killed Juicy Smollett, killed that little bitch motherfucker. Not besides that, that was actually one of my favorite Xeno scenes, and the Xenomorph itself looked great. Like in terms of film effects, I gotta say, if you could have an issue with the movie, I think the Xeno looked its best. Like the effects were on point, even though you only get the Xeno for all of like 10 minutes. There's just too much weird shit. Killing off Elizabeth Shaw, who's an action, film wise, one of my favorite characters since Ripley, and you just kill her off unceremoniously. Oh, here's her. fucking fucked up body. Fuck you, movie. So yeah, Covenant is weak, especially as a follow up to Prometheus, which now I guess we'll get to. This is my number four, Prometheus. I understand the issues people have with it, especially if you try to connect it to Alien. But the reason I like it is the characters, and I think that is a big reason. The characters really make it watchable. You had Vickers, who was a good kind of antagonist a little bit, with Charlize Theron. Elizabeth Shaw as a character is one of my favorite, I guess, characters in Alien. Sits Ripley in the movies. Because yeah, if you're gonna say in general, it would be Amanda Ripley in isolation. But I think Shaw was a great character, and I wanted more with her. I wanted to see her and David on like this planet trying to survive, and in the next one. But Prometheus itself, I think it's a decent sci-fi movie. Even if you don't try to connect, I'm okay with it being connected to Alien because I'm gonna say it. Alien had a beginning, whether it's not Prometheus or not. That world had a beginning, so I can at least accept Prometheus as it's a good sci-fi story, even if it's not tied to Alien. So that's why it's my number four. Number three is Alien 3. I think Alien 3 is good. Rewatching it, this is one I've not watched in a while. I don't remember the theatrical cut much. I just remember Ripley having a shaved head. And then the scene with the Xeno in her face. So, rewatching it recently, I think it's a good movie. I understand, completely why. And I'm not going to defend what happened with Hicks and Newt. I understand why people were pissed, especially when learning that the creator, the guy or the person who made the movie, basically admitted they did it for fucking shock value. Yeah. So I'm not defending that decision. I think it was handled weak. I think at least you should have killed. If you're gonna kill Newt, it should have been in the movie. Have an emotional thing where maybe Ripley sees it. It should have been something like that. I think they could have did it better. But okay, now I'm gonna get to the why it's my third favorite now. Does it sound like I'm shitting on it? But I like overall it tries to go back to that more horror aspect of that first one. And I actually think the you have a good crew. I actually like the prisoners. I like the Gallic character, who's I guess he's not in the theatrical. I think Charles S. Dutton's character, or Dylan, I think was his name, was really good. I actually think he was a great character. I thought obviously Charles Dance was great. He's all in general. Charles Dance is great and everything. So I in general like the cast, and I like the prison setting. I like the effects are shit. I will say that. Especially you compare it to the first two movies, the Xeno effects were pretty bad. But it does try to go back to the more horror aspect of what made Alien great. So that's my third favorite. It's, I don't love it, but I do like it. Now, the top two. Number two is Aliens. So you already know what my number one is. And I think I already said it. As much as I love Alien, I love this movie, but okay. Let's stick to this one first. So Aliens is just great. I think Ripley's arc is great in it. I think the whole Newt Ripley thing was phenomenal. You had a great core of characters. After the first one, I would say the main human crew in Aliens is the best. You had Burke. Burke is a decent bad guy. Hicks, Vasquez and her boyfriend's death was just sad. You felt bad for them. They died together, and it's the final fight between Ripley and the Queen was just awesome, and we learned more about the xenomorphs as creatures, and we learned that there's variations of them. They don't all just look like the one we saw in the first movie. The score is great. One of James Cameron's best films. So, Aliens is a classic. Now, my number one is obviously the first one. The first one, it is maybe because I am more of a horror person. I don't think maybe if you had asked me when I was younger, I probably would have said Aliens. Just because it's more actiony. But now that like I've gotten into horror, I'm a horror guy now. I just love the tone of that first movie. Just really slow building. I love the design of the ship, the simplicity. The crew was phenomenal. That the iconic scene of burst, the chest burster scene was just great. That slow build up because he seems fine and then boom, and then the final act with Ripley and the xenomorph. Just it's simple. It's almost like Halloween but in space. And I think it did its job, and it kicked off a phenomenal franchise. It gave me my favorite alien design in a movie, which is the xenomorph. So it's all around 10 out of 10. This film is a classic, and if anything, watch Alien and Aliens. And some people will tell you, and I won't argue with them, that just watch those two. But I honestly would throw Alien 3 in there, and you could kind of stop there in terms of main continuity. But Alien's not horrible. But I'm not fucking with the one that Disney's doing. It's gonna be shit because it's Disney. So, but Alien franchise is great. Um, Tomorrow I'm gonna rank the Predator movies, and then talk about Metallica. So, cheers. But other than that, talk to you guys tomorrow. Fuck, fuck WB. Fuck OneRing.net. Fuck Disney. Fuck, fuck Freddie Prinze Jr. Peace.